Hey, we're live. Welcome to the Freedom-Preneur Show. This is where freedompreneurs learn and grow. And this is Brian Swan, the Unstoppable Surfer of the Unstoppable family. And it's my privilege to actually have not just a business partner or somebody that I work with, but I really consider a good friend, Horacio. I'm going to butcher your last name, and I just said it. Gallegos, right? Is that right? Anyway, I've known Horacio, Rhonda and I have known Horacio for over 3 years now. And I tell you, we have been all around the world. We've actually been in masterminds. He's actually considered what we coin our original gangster, OG. And what is the original gangster? We actually started back in 2014. We hosted a mastermind. Rhonda got together our team, and she said, you know what? We're going to have this. We're having an event in Orlando. And let's just get a big house, and we're going to do some marketing training, right? And the first guy who came, and he was like, I think he pretty much made almost every mastermind up until just recently, but it was Horacio. And not only did he came in green, not knowing anything really about the online world, but I tell you what he did come in with. He came in with being one of the best chefs in the world. And so with that, each mastermind, we'd have a family cook night. And so after all our training through the day, learning from branding to Facebook to YouTube to, anything in the online world, email marketing, etc., we'd get together and we'd have our meals. And one of the coolest things that we'd have is we'd have like a taco night. And Horacio was the man dealing the dishes out. And he had that long record, and I can't wait to actually share that again. Since then, though, what I want to share with you is that Horacio, he's actually taken all these skills and he has actually set off on his own. He's a consultant. He's a SEO, YouTube marketer, and he works with many of the small businesses, not only locally, but internationally as well. And we're going to be talking about some of those. But before I do that, I want to welcome everybody once again. We host this call live, weekly, every night, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, New York. I'm in Bali, Indonesia, as you can tell from my little Bali pictures and statues and the monkeys and all the crazy stuff. So it is actually 9 in the morning. We're 12 hours ahead, so it's 9 in the morning on Thursday. So we are a day ahead of you. But it's one of these cool things that probably one of the biggest things that really separates what we do from what other people do on the online world. Not only do we bring the best of the best in the online marketers together, but we also get together. Typically, it's about every 3 to 4 months, and we have a mastermind. And I tell you, many of the people that you get to see within our Freedom-Preneur tribe, they're not, like I said, they're not just business partners. They're not people that are just marketers, but I consider many of them actually some of my closest of friends, and that's where really the Freedom-Preneur movement came from. That's been a passion project of Rhonda's and I for over 5 years, and we started putting this together 3 years ago. Some things happened, took a little detour. In the last 4 to 5 months, we have been working just straight focus on getting the Freedom-Preneur movement up and going, Freedom-Preneur Academy. And I tell you, one of the things that we did was that we brought a marketplace together. And in there, from myself, for Rhonda, we know some things that are really good, but we don't know everything. And that's why we combined with people like Horacio, people like Bernie, who you've seen on the show. These are people that have actually been to our masterminds, learned, and then the best way to say it is that they graduated and went off on their own. Because we don't just teach on how to market or brand a company. We teach people how to market themselves and develop your skills, because no matter where you go in this world, you have you, right? It's always you. No matter what happens, is if you develop your skills, you can take them anywhere. And we're going to get into that with Horacio. And also let you know on the right-hand side, if you're wondering about the Freedom-Preneur Academy, we're actually going to be shutting it down. So the people that are the beta tester members that are already in, that have been been giving the great feedback, we love you. We're going to be shutting it down on March 31st. We're actually going to have a webinar really explaining to the world about what's happening. This one, I'm going to be focusing on Horacio, but you can join right there. We're going to be shutting it down on the 31st, and then we'll likely, because we're doing a small mastermind here in Bali on April 1st and 4th. After that, we're going to be reopening probably around the 15th. We're not set. But anyway, that's a little bit of tidbits. Without further ado, Horacio, I hope your microphone is working, and I want to bring you out, man. And if you were on the email broadcast or saw this on Facebook, not only am I going to be talking a little bit about business, but man, I can tell some funny stories in New Orleans, Miami, or Orlando. So if you want to hear those, he's smiling now. We can share those as well, because this call is unscripted. It's loose, it's goose. We may curse here a little bit. Not so much myself, mostly Rhonda, but that's okay. So anyway, man, Horacio, I want to bring you out and share the screen, my man. Come on, my man. Hello. Horacio, I'm not here, and you got to unmute you. The microphone is muted, so you got to unmute yourself.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Hey, were you able to see me on the screen, Todd, or were you able to? Okay, good. You were able to see. I was on the big screen?
Yes,
okay.
You were good. You were good.
Nice, nice, nice. All right, man. Come on out. I want to. And so, Horacio, like I was telling people, I've known Horacio for 3 years. I was actually, Rhonda hosted the first mastermind. I was actually not there. I was in the Canary Islands with Hanalei and Horacio. Rhonda flew back from the Canary Islands, so if you guys don't know where the Canary Islands are, it's in Spain. And she's the one who she hosted the first mastermind. Horacio was the chef. So you went to the first mastermind. I wasn't even there. So come on out. Tell me a little bit about what you're up to. What's really been your journey? What you're doing now? What's been your journey? And then get into some nitty-gritty SEO, YouTube marketing for all those people that are into that ranking on the first page thing. All right.
That's great, Matt. Can you hear me okay? Sound check.
Yep, I can hear you, dude.
All right. Well, gosh, if we go back in time, I mean, I think it was a pivotal moment when I was sitting in my house, you know, after about 9 years in the real estate business, first in the residential and the commercial business, really not having some moderate success. Only the last couple of years that I was in it, but really not happy where I was doing. And I saw this Facebook ad with this couple and this little girl who she was a lot younger back then, about the 4-hour work week. And I clicked on the ad because this was 3 years ago, right? This was when people were just starting to do these really nice long story ads and lifestyle branding and lifestyle marketing. And I read the story, and it just resonated so much with me. And I didn't know who these crazy people were, but I just knew that we had established a connection based on our interest. And I clicked on the ad, and I became friends and started working with Rhonda and Brian. And I've never looked back. I've picked up some skills since then, not just technical skills, but mindset, spiritual skills, people skills, presentation, persuasion, video. I mean, a lot of these, I would say most of the video skills that I picked up, I mean, I picked up just from watching you guys, primarily Rhonda coaching me through all of this. And since then, you know, through ups and downs, through different businesses, business opportunities, and now doing what I do now, which is client consulting primarily and some affiliate marketing, really focused on video, SEO, and YouTube, taking a lot of this knowledge that we learned in these masterminds. We had a lot of fun, but we also did work hard, and we learned a lot. We got together in Orlando, in Miami, in Orlando again, in New Orleans, in Nashville. And it was really, it's hard to explain to people that haven't been there. It really were some of the most pivotal and most fun times of my life, to be honest. Obviously, I mean, I've had amazing times with my kids, but as far as growth, professional growth and personal growth, I had some amazing times at these masterminds. And a skill that I picked up. And we'll go. I'll go back to.
Yeah, I just want to share with you when we're talking fun, is that I wasn't in Orlando. That was in or October of 2014, and then we went to Miami.
13. That was October 2013. 13.
Was it? What is it here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be 3 years this October.
Holy cow. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It is 2013. So 2014 was January of Miami, and so we rented a house, and when we booked it, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff in Miami. We just wanted to get a killer house, so we got this, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 bedroom place in the same street where Sylvester Stallone and Lady Gaga live, and everybody, so many people kept on booking last minute, and it ended up to where we had, like, I think Moody, you, and somebody else, like 3 grown men, all sleeping on the couch. Is that right? Or did you get a bedroom?
Well, in Orlando 2013, we actually, Robert and I got to share a room. We actually got to share a room that was decorated like the movie Cars. Do you remember that? And we each had a little bunk bed. Then in Miami, the following mastermind, there we actually had to share one of those sectionals, and we were doing kind of a footsie thing all night, and we became very close after that, needless to say.
so just to let you guys know, if you actually end up going, if you ever meet somewhere around the world, have it be in Bali next week. We're going to be in Dubai in May. We're going to be back in the USA. I haven't told you about that, but we may be doing something in Vegas. I don't know. We'll see in July, and then we're going to be back in Dubai come November. So if you actually go to one of our events, and actually we're going to have another one, we haven't set the date, but it's end of April here in Bali. And if you do show up, you may be in either a Cars little bedroom, you may be playing footsie on the couch, who knows, you may be sleeping on the top roof. But it will be an experience, and you will learn a lot. So I just had to share that with you, because otherwise people are going to be wondering, where are all these stories from Miami and New Orleans? Yeah, no, they're fun. We'll go on further, but now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what you actually learned in the business world and how you've applied it, and give these guys some golden nuggets.
Absolutely, absolutely. So basically, you know, part of I think of a big misconception of video is that we can just shoot video, right? We can just shoot video. We go on these video challenges sometimes in masterminds that tell you, shoot 10 videos, shoot 30 videos in 30 days, and that's great. That's great for practice. But what I really learned in these masterminds that was 2 critical components of video that if you want it to actually make you, grow your business and help you make money, is that you're going to have to learn how to structure a video so where it's condensed, it's short, it's to the point. It gets people quickly interested, and then obviously you want it to be able to get in front of people. So that's going to happen through the easiest ways, obviously through YouTube, and also you can actually leverage YouTube to then do full-blown search engine optimization and actually rank websites and help you rank your websites. So what I want to talk to you about today, can you see my screen, by the way, yet?
I'm seeing your face. Let's see if I can see your screen.
Okay, you can't see my screen yet? Okay, hold on 1 second.
You know how to do it on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
Green arrow? Cool.
Yep. Okay.
While you're doing that, I'll share a little light. Something happened with the animals. We have 4 animals, and something chaotic just happened downstairs, and I heard Rhonda. I'm not sure what happened. I almost was about ready to jump down. Anyway, hopefully everything is okay with all of our animals. Everything is okay. We got to go. Trying to eat. Oh, so it's just the cat. Okay, cool. It wasn't the dog. All right,
great.
Let's go.
So can you see my screen now?
Yep, I see it. Okay,
great. So Brian, you kind of let me know as far how we're doing with timing, because what I want to cover today is I want to go straight into the content. I want to show you why not only I think video, but really the hard data of why video is very powerful and why YouTube is very powerful. I want to talk to you about, I want to show you immediately, I want to show you some rankings and results that I've gotten, not just here in the last couple of months, but actually this week for clients. And I want to show you some results as well for different niches, personal development niche, and make money online niche, because I think a lot of people here, I'm sure, that are listening are not only in the kind of the make money online in the online world, but also in the brick and mortar world that promotes the product or service across borders. So I want to show you how it works in different niches, kind of tell you the different clients that I have, and we'll go straight into that. I want to show you a little bit about how the YouTube lifecycle works, or the sales lifecycle. How do you go from views to capturing leads to making sales? I want to show you a little bit of technique. I know we're not going to have a lot of time to discuss actually how we structure videos, how we create and optimize the channel, how we rank videos. I'm going to breeze through that, but don't worry, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to Brian and Ron asked me to prepare something really great for you guys exclusively for this group. So I'm going to share with Brian a PDF, a cheat sheet that you'll be able to use and reference after this call, and that way it'll make a lot of sense when you're reading it because you were here on this webinar. So that'll allow you to kind of reference and do your own ranking and optimization of your videos and channels, and also throw some bonus tips in there of what I'm doing lately to rank these videos. Does that sound good, Brian? Does that sound like a good content? I mean, is that kind of what everybody wants? I mean, can you see if we get some comments here in the webinar? That's what people are looking for. If there's anything else,
exactly. Tadzi and I will be monitoring the comments below, and if you have, I strongly encourage you, if you have questions, be able to ask them now, because at the end we will do live Q&A. So ask away. We'll take a tally, and then we'll do them one by one when Horacio finishes with the content. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, and if it's relevant, Brian, just interrupt me. That way people don't get lost and stuck. All right, so why video, right? We like I mentioned before, people think they just hear video is powerful, so they're just doing it. But let's get a little more strategic about it. Video, and specifically YouTube. YouTube is the third most visited site globally behind Google and Facebook. And as you know, Facebook and YouTube are in a grudge match right now. They're fighting out for a couple of things. On the organic side, they're fighting for shares, right? Facebook has a bigger sharing capabilities because of the network, but at the same time, YouTube has better search capabilities. People are coming to search YouTube for solutions. People are not really going to Facebook for solutions, but it does have the viral capability. However, YouTube also is owned by Google, so Google favors YouTube in the search results. So obviously, if you are looking for a solution-based platform where people are asking for how do I do this, how do I buy this, how do I solve this, YouTube is a place to do that. In addition to that, when you shoot a video on YouTube, that video is basically the best hack for search engine rankings, and I'm talking about Google search engine rankings due to two statistics. Videos rank easier on Google, and they get more clicks. The chances of ranking on Google increase exponentially, 53 times when there is a video in the search results. And also, they have a much higher click-through rate. People are more comfortable with video. People know that they can just hear it, they don't have to read it. They can passively listen to it. A lot of people aren't readers, they just need to hear it, right? So click-throughs are much higher on videos. So let's go straight into some results and some rankings, because I want you to know, as I go through this and as I teach you how to rank and structure these videos, I want you to know already that this works. I don't want to show you that this works after I show you, because I want to get your attention right now. I want you to pay attention really carefully in how this works across different niches. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is local businesses. So I know there's a lot of people here on this webinar that own their businesses or maybe even are in-house consultants, in-house SEO, video marketing people, or consultants, or want to be, or actually want to be consultants and really find a niche. Maybe video is for you. I'm going to show you something that we actually got yesterday, and I labeled this one "Complete and Shameless Domination." This is, if you look at the dates here, I did this yesterday, and this came from one of my clients, a very high-end exclusive jewelry store here in Austin, Texas. Well, he's in the top 2, top 3 jewelry stores. Everything is handmade. He's got like 3 generations of tradition of goldsmithing. His pieces are 5,000 and up. I mean, very, very high-end, exclusive. So his customer value is high. He knows the value that if he can get traffic to his website and to his products, that he can get people in the door, that he can get phone calls, that he can get leads. His is not so much of a lead business. It's a look at my website, look at my products, and then just show up or call or make an appointment. And he really wants to go above, beyond Austin, and he currently does, but he wants to really grow that. And this is his first test. He hired me as his first test into launching a full-blown e-commerce site. So we're getting some great results so far. Something that we did yesterday, if you look up the term you see on the top left, Austin Jewelry Designer. This term is about $6 per click on Google. So imagine that. Imagine if you can replace 100 clicks at $6. That's a lot of money. And you can dominate the first page of YouTube and eventually slowly start to dominate Google as well. We were able to get, for this term, number 3 position, number 4, number 5, number 9, number 14, and his channel ranked number 15. We had not even really started working on a lot of the off-page and backlinking strategy for him, so we expect him to dominate at least 10 spaces and hopefully 5 in the top 10.
Horacio.
Yes, sir.
Jump in here really quick.
Yep.
I know you do this, but I want everyone to know echo. But I want everyone to hear that this is not paid advertising. And we mentioned that already, but we are ranking with keywords, so this is free marketing. I just want to reiterate that. So if you didn't hear that, I wanted to just restate that. Cool. Go ahead. You got to unmute now. Unmute yourself now. My brother may have muted you, so go ahead and unmute yourself, Horacio.
Can you hear me again?
Yep, there you go. Whenever if I talk and it's an echo, it sounds like there's no echo right now, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. So go forward. Okay,
and let me know if you stop hearing me for some reason. Okay, I'm not going to stop talking. So if you hear a pause for 10 seconds, let me know. Okay, so everything, like Brian said, everything that we're going to talk about tonight is free traffic, and there's a lot of advantages to free traffic that goes beyond saving money, right? There's a huge ROI. Obviously, typically, I mean, you can do this yourself. You can hard work, or you can hire a consultant to do this for you. But typically, the ROI is huge because, like I said, this term, Austin Jewelry Designer, is about a $6 per click term. Now, if you get 100 clicks, I mean, you do the math. That's $600. That's $600 potentially that you could spend in a week, right? If you really want to grow your business. All of this is organic. On top of that, the psychological benefit to free organic traffic is that when you see something pop up in your search result, typically, and studies have been done on this, and it's an organic result, psychologically you think that is, and you're right, that is more tailored to you, that it was an exact match, and that Google does a good job of matching your wants and needs. Anybody can pay for advertising, and there's nothing wrong with paid ads. I mean, paid ads on YouTube are great, but if you can get them for free, it's that more powerful, right? This is all free. If we go to the next slide, let me run this slideshow here. You still see me? You still see the slideshow? Brian, can you still see? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Brian, because you're muted now. Sorry, man. Okay. So here's another client, Austin Corporate Catering. This is a gentleman who is a private chef. He does very exclusive high-end dinners for wealthy people here in Austin. He organizes events. He's a speaker. for the Beef Council and for every time he gets invited to food and wine festivals, but he's burned out. So here's another type of customer that's actually doing really well financially. He's making good money. He's making $20,000-$30,000 a month, but he doesn't like it anymore. He doesn't like the fact that he has to kind of take on any job, and he says, you know what, I wish I could just take a step back, do more corporate catering stuff, because that's kind of it's guaranteed a certain amount of money. It's once or twice a week. They pay him well. It's 20% gratuity, and there's leverage because he sends his employees to deliver. Corporate clients don't care who delivers the food. They want the chef to prepare it, but at the end of the day, they just want the quality meal. So he said, I want to grow the corporate side of my business so I can then pick and choose my clients for those private dinners, and I don't have to work with these people that I don't really enjoy working with. So we're heavily engaged in a corporate catering campaign, and we have ranked his video in the #1 spot for Austin corporate catering. That's actually about an $8 per click term on Google. So because YouTube ranks so fast, we're able to quickly leverage that. We rank his key terms on YouTube, and then slowly, because part of my business is also SEO, I also start to rank his websites and his other web properties, right? So we're not going to get into that in this webinar, but YouTube is always my first weapon. Sometimes it's my only one that I ever need to get heavy engagement, right? Especially when it comes to how-tos and affiliate products and other things that are across borders and that need explanation and education. In the next slide, another one of my clients is in the medical weight loss niche, and he owns 3 medical weight loss spas: Austin, Houston, and Dallas. This is a case, another powerful case where one keyword, medical weight loss Austin, we're getting 3 videos in the top 5 positions. So what would you click on there if that came up in your search result? You'd probably click. We've got about a 60% chance of getting the click, right? 3 different rankings. As you can see on the right-hand side, you've got doctors advertising here for bariatric surgery and other things, probably paying a lot of money. We're getting it for free because we're leveraging video. And guys, by the way, a lot of whether you're a business owner or if you're a consultant, a lot of content already exists. My client that I just mentioned in the jewelry store, he actually had, I'm going to show you quickly, be surprised, he actually already had a lot of CAD designs. They're 15-second videos. You can see the #3 and the #4 and the number 14 spot. They're 15-second CAD videos, and they were just sitting there in his computer. So I took those files, I coded them, I changed the name, and I put them up on YouTube, and I ranked them. And now those are ranking videos and bringing in views and interest, and possibly I just ranked them yesterday, so I can't say this quite yet. These are going to get people in his store. This is content that he's just been storing in his computer, not knowing the benefit of it. I also, on top of it, I put them on Instagram because they're 15 seconds, but ended up working great just because it's easy. We did, and we tie all of our social media accounts in order to rank even better. That's another topic, though. It's just kind of a nice to have. It's just something to keep in mind if you're a business owner, if you're a consultant, that
let me ask.
Yeah.
And I think you may have touched on it, but I want to bring this to everybody. Is that so? You're showing your clients, and before you went to our first mastermind, did you do anything in the online world?
Nothing. Well, I did. Like I said, I was in real estate for 9 years, and
right.
I had a short stint way back in between 2007 and 2008, where we started a sort of a lead generation for properties in Playa del Carmen and in Tulum, Mexico, and we were getting leads from Americans and Canadians and sending them there. But that was so ancient. That was SEO too. That was so ancient that it was completely obsolete. So I had gone 7 years basically without doing anything online, just doing a lot of traditional sales. I wasn't technically challenged, but I was not doing any marketing online until I went to the masterminds and I started learning stuff from not just you guys but the awesome instructors that you always brought to the masterminds.
Yeah, no, very cool. And how long ago did you transition from, because we were an affiliate program, and then you kind of vanished for a little bit. I think it was one of those making the transitions, honing your skills, and like really crafting your skills. How long ago, like what was the transition phase to where you said, I'm going to start working with small business owners? What was it that you're like, this is the route I'm going?
I'm not gonna lie to you, Brian. When I met you guys, I was sick of not having any leverage. Right. I was tired of working in real estate, and even when I had a great month, man, I worked for it. I was there. I was there the whole time. Nothing would get done unless I was there. Even more so in residential. I was working weekends, evenings. And then even transitioning to commercial, it was just always feast or famine, right? $30,000 a month followed by 2 months of nothing, followed by a $5,000 a month, and then a $10,000 a month, and a $3,000 a month. I mean, it was all over the place. And at the end of the year, it ended up being a great income sometimes, but it was just that constant, what's going to happen, and a lot of that was bad habits that I also have been able to improve upon in the masterminds, because a lot of the stuff that we learned obviously was mindset. And now I read a lot. I read about 2 books a month, and that's helped tremendously as well. But I really, when I decided to switch to consulting, was kind of just the affiliate stuff was really not. I wasn't being consistent, so that was primarily the problem. I think if I would have just stuck to video and YouTube and SEO, I think I would have done well. But finally, I actually invested in some more coaching and some high-end coaching for SEO, video, and client services, and just how to acquire clients, how to service them, how to deploy outsourcers when needed, talk about salesmanship, sales psychology, all of that stuff. And that was about a 6-month transition. But I was really looking to see what the next move was going to be. Potentially getting a job. I didn't want to go back into serving clients because I thought it was going to put me back into that position of not having leverage. And I found that sort of a 6-month transition that happened at the beginning of 2015 of last year, where I slowly but surely found out, mostly out of necessity, I needed to make money somehow, and slowly got into it. And I got my first client. And I'm like, okay, this is pretty good because I know I can do it, and I basically got paid to learn by the first couple of ones. I charged them very little and did a great job for them. They got me at 150%, and then another one, and another one, and that's kind of how it's been since the half of 2015, and I grew it to basically now where I was financially in real estate. I hadn't achieved these kinds of results in the 3 years that I had been online, or 2.5 years I had been online. So it's been really great. It's given me an opportunity to really add value to the clients I serve, and also continue honing those skills that I already had, and I just wasn't being consistent with them. And once I decided and made that decision and stuck to it, it's been really great. That's a long answer.
No, I appreciate that, because I like to see, share with people, like, okay, how long is, people are wondering, like, is this something that you can learn and you can do it in a short amount of time? And which a lot of entrepreneurs, what happens is that they come in thinking that, okay, I want to do it, I want to come in and make this thing work that I got started, and lo and behold, it wasn't that. It was actually the skills that you learned from going to some live events that actually help craft you and direct you where you're going. And I didn't speak to you for, we were on Facebook, but for about 6 months, and now we're coming back together. You're inside of our marketplace, and it's funny how things work in this online world. It's like one thing, it's like always, you never burn any bridges. You always treat everybody with the utmost respect, and you never know who you're going to be working with in the future. And this is one of the cool things, that seeing you and seeing all the people in the marketplace, how they've come from starting from ground zero to like doing like kind of a graduation into their next chapter in their life. So it's very cool. And let me ask you this one question before you get back into content. Like,
Sure.
roughly, how much money would you say you spent investing in yourself on, between going to the masterminds, investing yourself in the product and stuff over the years? Just roughly.
Oh man, I would say the last 3 years I've invested at least $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
In my education, in travel, in coaching.
And that's just money not considering the hours spent.
Oh yeah. Tons of failure. But I could have cut that. I would say I could have cut that by 70% if I had been consistent. I mean, it took a lot. It took a while. It took a lot of pain. But when I look back on it, I could have sliced it significantly. And it doesn't matter now. It happened like it needed to happen, and it's great. And there's 3 books that come to mind that really helped me make that shift. Besides, being around the right people like you and Rana and a lot of the tribe members that we had and that we hung out with, and mentors and coaches, particular to this subject. And one of the, I'll let you guys know these 3 books. I think this is the right crowd that may appreciate this. One of them is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Turning simple disciplines into massive success and happiness. It's really about making those little things and how they add up, kind of like compounding interest, and that can be to your benefit or to your disadvantage, depending on how, kind of like having a credit card or having a savings account. Like, you can either get really screwed with compounding interest, or you can get really rich. And it's just about those daily decisions and consistencies and being okay with failing once in a while, or a lot. Another book that comes to mind is Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker. That's a really great, it's a tiny book. It's 50 pages or something. You can read it in a couple of hours, and it really focuses on really using those strengths that you already have and the skills that you already have to find another angle. And for me, that's exactly what it was. I learned how to do YouTube during these masterminds. I learned from the top guys making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month doing this. Yet when it took a while, I would kind of switch gears, and then I'd get back into it. I'd switch gears because YouTube and video is a skill that is not quite as turnkey as some of the others, but it's very powerful because you basically build these little assets that continue paying and sending you leads month after month after month sometimes without doing anything. I mean, the more you do it, the more it works, but it's that powerful. So you do a little work up front and gives huge results. And the last book that I want to recommend before I get back into the content is one called Disrupt You by Jay Samit. Master personal transformation, seize opportunity, and thrive in the era of endless innovation. It involves looking at your personal value chains, who's influencing you, your distribution chains, kind of like how you're marketing yourself. Where are you weak, right? And for me, it was in the consistency and a couple of other things, but just for relevance sake, that was what hit me. And once I focused on this and got good at it, it really didn't take that long. I mean, I would say 90 to 120 days, I was quote unquote, an authority, right? Compared to regular people, to where I could charge people money and get them great results and get them huge ROIs. So just a piece of advice, if you guys, whoever's here and is kind of dabbling in a few methods of marketing or business opportunities, is just to pick one or two and just go crazy with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's great content here.
Awesome. Shall I keep going?
Yeah, man.
Do you have any questions?
No. Let's keep on going. People are tallying up the questions right now and stuff, and good content on the books. Have you picked up Ask Gary V, the new book yet?
Man, my brother from another mother, Juan, Oral Tribe member, he actually met Gary V a few weeks ago, and he got an extra book, and he was kind enough to mail me one as a gift.
Nice.
And I mailed him one of my favorite books, also The Go-Giver. We did a little swap.
Nice.
With my friend. Maybe he's on. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm reading I'm reading an NLP book right now, and also another persuasion book. So I'm going to finish those and then hit the Gary V book. I'm looking at it right now on my bookshelf, actually.
Sweet. All right, keep on digging in, my man.
So let's talk about affiliate products. Where can we use video besides clients? A lot of you guys don't care about clients. You just wanna sell stuff online, right? So I wanna cover a couple of niches. The first one is the make money online niche. It's the most popular one. I'm not gonna say it's the most delightful to work in. There's a lot of skepticism. There's a lot of scams and a lot of cynical people out there being pitched. However, it's a great niche to make money in with YouTube, because people are looking for solutions, and you can bridge them into a make money online opportunity if you know how to do it, which we'll cover in a second. So here's one, which just when I was marketing the opportunity that I was with Brian and Rhonda. One other thing was being a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad that wanted to work from home. So actually, here's a demonstration of how to make money online as a stay-at-home mom. So here I am in the number 4 position. This is old. This is a year old. I haven't touched this video in a year, and the views are trickling in. It's not a great video. I did this along with another 10, but it gets views. 1, 2, 3. In number 4 position, even after all this time. Here I am with all the moms, right? I think I'm the only guy there. But that's fine. I actually think that's why it gets clicks, because the moms are like, "What the hell is this guy doing here?" And then they click on it. So that's an example of make money online space. Then I'm also in the personal development niche. I've eased off a little bit, but I'm about to get because of my client consulting business. But I'm about to go in hard again on this, because I got some great results. I got it to where I was pulling in about 800 to 1,000 a month on just very, very passively. I built a channel with 10 videos, and it was bringing in money with affiliate products. For example, here I am in the number 1 position for best vision board app. Right, this actually went into an online vision board app. It paid very small. It paid like $6 commissions, but hey, they're passive, right? If you get 3 or 4 of those per day, it doesn't matter how little it is, because you're not doing anything. They're just coming in, right? Best vision board app. We got another one for how to change your paradigm. Hey guys, by the way, here's what I hear a lot. How am I going to compete with these authorities, right? How am I going to compete with a Ty Lopez? How am I going to compete with a Bob Proctor? How am I going to, with all these guys? Right there, I'm right above Bob Proctor, Mr. Changing Your Paradigm himself, the king of changing paradigms. Proctor Gallagher Institute, 125,000 views. I have 5,000 views, and I ranked above him probably after I had 30 or 40 views. I ranked above Bob Proctor for how to change your paradigm, and he loves to talk about changing your paradigm. So if you know how to do this right, you don't need to worry about other authorities outranking you, right? You do a nice little thumbnail, you get yourself in a good position. Again, I have not touched this since I uploaded it 6 months ago. Another one, how to visualize effectively. It went off to another visualization digital product on ClickBank, number 5. And this one I actually was not collecting leads. I was just sending straight to the product. And it's number 5 position. It's got about 3,000 views. How to visualize effectively. Same niche, different product. How to make a vision board online, number 4 position. Now let's talk about another niche, which is the lifestyle niche, right? I think a lot of people on this call are in this lifestyle niche. That's the niche that when I found Brian and Rhonda, that's where they were. This works really great for that as well. And I want to show you how to make money while traveling. That's a video that I did. That's in the number 7 position. Why am I showing this? I'm not very proud of a number 7 position, but what I can tell you is that even then, it's still 714 views in a year. So just divided by 12, even in the number 7 position, you can get views and leads and sales based on that. And that video was pulling in, it was pulling in at least maybe 1 to 2 $25 sales per week. again, guys, you just have a bunch of little. It's like having an army, right? You put an army out there, and they're going to be in different ranks. There's generals, and there's there's soldiers, and everybody's going to. Some are going to have better results than others, and you just don't know what it's going to be. You don't know how powerful it's going to be. So the more you have, the more you can just kind of sit back and let the leads come in, right? It's about volume, it's about consistency, and it's about following the right format in order to get you ranked. Okay, and then I'm going to show you. I don't know if you know these people. The long-term family travel. I think they're called the Unstoppable Family. Here in the #1 position, I ranked this video for Brian and Rhonda for long-term family travel. Not a huge term. Again, I'm going to talk to you about this in a second. Is that we want to do kind of a combination of long tail and broad keywords. Long tail or not high traffic. For example, this long-term family travel, I think it has 30 or 40 searches per month. That's not a lot, but when you're in the #1 position, how many of those do you think you'll get if there's 30? I would say at least half of them. I would say at least half of them if you're in the #1, or even a third. So if you get 10 clicks on that every month, and you have several of those, and then you really, your strategy is to start ranking the broad ones as well. Then it's a really nice combination of quick views and then strategically getting some views midterm and long term. Same video, traveling long term with kids. This is the same video. So here's another key. There's two things that we want to do that most people are not doing on YouTube. One is we want to rank multiple videos for one keyword to dominate one page, and then we want to rank one video for multiple terms. So did you all get the difference? Let me know if that doesn't make sense. I'm going to repeat it. We want to have several videos ranking on one page when we do a search term, and then we also want one video to rank for multiple terms. So if you see the title there on the #2 position, long-term family travel - tips for traveling with kids. So that was not an accident. I knew that a keyword was long-term family travel and another keyword was tips for traveling with kids. And it didn't sound awkward, right? It flows. Long-term family travel - tips for traveling. It looks like I'm explaining the title a little bit more. So you want to be strategic about that, and if it makes sense and it doesn't confuse YouTube or Google too much, you want to be able to include as much as you can in that description to rank for multiple terms. Does that make sense? Everything making sense so far? How's the feedback on the comments, Brian? Is everybody? Are we all on the same page? Everybody following along? We'll take the silence as a yes. You're muted, Brian.
Yeah, you're all good.
You're muted, buddy.
Yeah, it's good. So hey, are we right now? Are you able to show inside of the YouTube video on how to do this? Step by step.
You're cutting out maybe because of your hand. I couldn't really hear you what you said.
Are you able to actually go inside of a video and show how to do this?
Sure. How to rank?
Yeah, we'll just show what you would personally do if you were to do this for a video. Just you can pick out any video and just here's what I did for this particular video.
Sure. Let me yeah. Hold on one second.
And I don't want to take you off but I was just wondering if that's, and we could possibly just save that to the end if people want to see.
Yeah. Let me know if I'm going to do this. I actually have a slide where I can quickly go over how I write my titles, my descriptions, and my tags, and my off-page SEO. And then if we have time, I can actually go into the YouTube interface. I think if I go into the YouTube interface, it's gonna take me a lot longer, which I'll be glad to do. I just
fully get it, dude.
You want me to just go through my slides, and hopefully that'll make sense. And
then we'll do that.
Cool. All right, let's do that. All right. So now that you know that this works, I want to show you what I call the YouTube Lifecycle, and it's similar to no matter what traffic source you're doing, it's going to be very similar, right? So first thing you want to do once you rank your video is you're going to get the video view. You see that as the #1 step. After that, this is my personal development. This is like an example of my personal development channel, right? After that, you know, you're going to ask people as your call to action. You're going to ask them to get off YouTube and go get your free gift, your free ebook, your free video, your free training. What we want to do, we want to be strategic. We do want to invite some people to subscribe because we do want to build a YouTube following. We want to grow our channel because that will help us rank it more. But we also want to get them off of YouTube, and because we want to, even though YouTube's powerful, we don't own it. It's not our asset. So we want to get them off of YouTube before they get ADD and distracted with the suggested searches, and we want to get them in our email as email subscribers or visiting our website so we can retarget them somehow, right? Somehow we want to not lose that view. So we send them, we give them this is an example of one of my lead magnets where we've got, you know, free ebook reveals, and it's an opt-in form. You can't really see it there. I just kind of had the 152 visitors, 41. That's a really nice conversion rate, healthy. I mean, I've done better than that on YouTube, but I mean, that's a really nice conversion rate, guys. I mean, when you know that 152 visitors, you know, 41% are converting into leads, and then you can email them, stay in contact with them, sell them stuff. It's just really powerful. Then you go to your next little screenshot there. You see email subscribers. You can't really see that. It's just a list of just all the leads that have come in from that specific lead magnet. And from that, what we want to do, and this Brian and Rhonda are huge into this. I mean, they drill this into me to where now it's a given for me. Every single time somebody opts in to the form is a bridge video where you say, hey, thank you for opting in. You're in the right place. Yeah, you reinforce the fact, and then you pre-frame them. Hey, by the way, you know, your training series or your free book is in your email. So what you want to do is from the very beginning, you want to get them trained to take action on what you are giving them, and they're going to take action because you're providing some value. Hey, that valuable piece of information that you requested is sitting in your email box, or is on my website, or whatever. So now you go there, so they're like, okay, and they want that direction, and because they're coming from YouTube, it makes them very comfortable to go from video to opt-in to another video instead of just video, and then all of a sudden it's text, right? We want congruence not just in the actual message, but in the delivery of the message, and that happens to be a bridge video. After that bridge video, we may say, hey, by the way, so your gift has been sent to your email box, and by the way, if you just want to check out this product that did a wonderful job for me, go here, and you send them to your offer, right? Some people will buy your offer, so it'll go from offer to sale. Most people will not buy right away. They'll go from offer to your email series. And then in your email marketing is where you give value, pitch, value, pitch. You know, introducing concept and introducing the product. Introducing concept, constant value, and it's just a nice little circle, and you build that trust. So you may choose in your niche to not give them the offer immediately. You may just really want to warm them up depending on what kind of product you're selling, right? If you're selling $10,000 coaching, you're not going to send them, hey, and if you want to buy my coaching right away since you've met me for 2 minutes on YouTube, just, you know, send out your $10,000 via PayPal. You may not want to do that. You may want to go straight to email and not even mention the sale, and just get them really warmed up, give them a bunch of value, and then when it's appropriate, give them that sale. And that's going to be up to you depending on your niche. But that's essentially how the YouTube lifecycle works, much like other traffic sources. Okay, so now I want to get into quickly, as much as time as you can. And Brian, please give me a 10-minute warning when you think we're kind of running out of time here. I'm going to breeze by this because I have to. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about keyword selection, a little bit about how to optimize the actual video, and then how to optimize the channel. Okay, so the first slide that I have here is keyword selection. So your keywords are going to be you're going to select your keywords based on the solution, not your actual product, but the solution that your product offers, right? So like I said, if that digital product talks about mindset, right, and how to visualize and how to do a vision board. You want to your keywords, you want them to be, how do I visualize effectively? How do I visualize quickly? What's the best way to visualize? Best visualization techniques. How do I learn visualization? And you target these and you do a bunch of videos. You do 5 or 10 around one keyword, so you know you can dominate that whole solution, and then channel them to your product, to your service, right? Long tail versus broad keywords. You want to combine, like I said in my titles, you want to do a little bit of both, right? For example, a long tail is video SEO best practices, and then a broad one is video SEO, right? Video SEO is probably going to have 10,000 searches, and video SEO best practices maybe 500. So if you will actually start to rank for video SEO, even if you use your long tail only, once you start getting traffic. I've tested that, and organically you start to rank for the more broad one. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Video optimization. So in your title, you want to have your keyword at the very beginning, and a call to action if possible, if there's room, but if not, use as many characters as possible. Now, the first 55 or 60 characters will be seen on the Google or YouTube search results, so make sure that your keyword is within that. If you're a local business and you are maybe even like an emergency-based business, for example, water damage. Water damage is a huge, just to give you an example, if somebody's roof is leaking, they're going to say best roof repair in Austin, Texas. And whatever comes up in the rankings, they usually just call right away. They don't really have time to say, well, let me call your references. So put your phone number there, because they may not even watch the video. There was a who ranks in call. So that's very important for local. And use every character that you can in the title to maximize it. Your description. Your ideal length, 300 to 600 words. And you want to have a keyword density of 1 to 2%, meaning 1 or 2 times mention your keyword per every 100 words. Don't overdo it. Google's starting to catch on. YouTube's starting to catch on. You want to be as careful as possible. And then you want to include your keywords at the very top and at the very bottom of the description, because Google likes to crawl. Sometimes they crawl and they just pick up the beginning and the end of your description. Your tags. First tag should be your main keyword, and then the 3 or 4 variations as additional tags. A little trick that I didn't include on here is if you're having trouble ranking, you go to search your keyword in Google, see what pops up, and then right-click on the video, and it'll open up the source code. And then, I mean, you kind of have to. I wish I could show you right now, but you can scan around that source code for the tags, and you can see what tags your competitors are using, and then you can use some of those and add them to your video that you're having trouble ranking. 2 things may happen. You may actually start ranking a lot better, and 2, even if you don't rank, you may come up in the suggested searches on the right-hand side. So if that competitor didn't play their cards right and didn't get their people off of YouTube, the ADD may work in your favor this time, and they may actually see you in suggested searches. You may siphon some of that traffic, and they'll click on you. So keep that in mind if you're having trouble ranking. Video optimization. So what you want, this is a lot of what's called off-page SEO. You want to get not only backlinks but embed. So you want to get that video embedded in blogs, in Web 2.0s, which is social media, press releases, article directories. You want to be diversified. So if you can get edu links, .edu, .gov, high authority sites, the more high authority sites, the better. You can also leverage social syndication tools like Sendwire. I use Sendwire too. It's basically you create profiles on a bunch of social media platforms that people don't use a lot necessarily, like Tumblr and really niche social media sites besides the Facebook and the Twitter and all of those that you all obviously want to include. And there's some push button software where you can actually embed your video and push it out, and you don't have to be you don't have to rely on getting your backlinks through Fiverr, through some other source that may be a little bit spammy, right? As a last resort, I would always use, I was taught to use Fiverr links, backlinks to my videos. I now only use that as a last resort. I try to do everything in my power to where I know exactly where it's going, because I don't want to ruin my YouTube channels. I certainly will not hire Fiverr $5 backlinks for my clients' videos and my websites, because if they get their channel shut down, it's not going to be pretty for me. So, or for them, I don't want to do that. So I don't risk it on there. If I'm pushing some affiliate product, I don't really care if it gets shut down. You know, I only put about 10 videos per channel, and then I open a new channel anyway for affiliate, because I like to diversify just in case. But for my clients, I'm very careful. Channel optimization continued. Always as your channel name.
How many more,
yes, sir.
Hey, how many more slides do you got?
I got 1, 2, 2.
Cool. Just wanted to check.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm going as fast. I'm going faster.
What I think we're going to do is, because this is so concentrated, and I wanted to, we want to give the nuggets. This is so detailed. And do you think that we can go more in detail on another call as well?
Yeah. We can do a follow-up with, and we can actually, if you want to do a follow-up, Brian, we can actually do, we can rank something there on the spot.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do is we can do one inside of the academy and have
yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
You guys, on the side, if you want to see inside of the academy and the marketplace, if you look on the right-hand side, you can click on that and get Horacio's bio, and you're also going to be giving a giveaway. Is that right?
I am, and like I said at the beginning, I've prepared because Brian and Ron asked me to they like to everybody get something nice at the end of our time together. So I will be uploading a nice, really nice infographic with all this information that I'm sharing with you right now.
Nice. All right. Well, let's wrap up your last 2 slides and then put a bow on it.
So channel optimization, you want to have your keyword as part of your channel name. I use that when I'm having trouble ranking. I don't do it right away, but I'm giving you everything right now so you have it. I typically like to grow my channel a little more organically. That sounds natural. For example, my personal development channel is called Inner Space Strategies, like not outer space, but inner space. It has nothing to do with personal development, the title, but it doesn't matter because I have a bunch of videos. You optimize your channel bio and make sure that your keywords are included in the bio in the About section. Add a photo, add URLs, set up a trailer video, make it look natural. The more natural it looks, the better. Google likes that. They used to allow you to, the way I was taught, one of the guys that taught me YouTube is he would create a new channel for every video in case he gets shut down. That doesn't work as well anymore. YouTube wants real feeling, channels that somebody's actually a person is behind it. So we want to make it as real as possible. Some bonus tips, really. I'm just gonna go through these really quickly. Maybe even skip a few. You want to keep people engaged. You want to keep videos between 2 and 4 minutes. And the best format that I've stuck with since Rhonda taught me this format is. And also John Pemberty, who's a master YouTube guy, is first tell them that they're in the right place. Hey, this is John, and you probably landed here because you're looking for a way to change your paradigm because what you're doing is maybe not working. And then you connect and you say, well, I remember I tried this and that, and I was not getting any results. I was so frustrated. So you identify, right? You connect with people. And then I tried something different, right? And then I discovered this. And then something changed, and somebody shared this piece of information with me. And boom, 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 boom. And as a result of that, I've been able to XYZ and have XYZ results. If that's something that could interest you, I'm giving away a free book that covers X, Y, and Z. You relate that to obviously to what you're whatever the keyword is, and just go ahead and visit me here on this website, and the free gift will be there, and you just offer them that gift. What you want to do is you want to keep that gift generic, somewhat generic. That way you can push that same gift in the same link from a bunch of videos. You don't want to have to be creating different gifts for every single video. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that gift is broad enough to say, like, oh, I've got this great personal development book that covers covers mindset, covers visualization, covers positive thinking, a broader array of topics. So go ahead and download it. Same for a local business, it could be a little bit different. It's like, hey, you probably landed here because your roof is leaking. Hey, we just want to let you know that we've been in the business for 10 years and we can show up within an hour. Go ahead and call us right now. So figure out for your niches, but do it between 2 and 4 minutes. Get to the point and get them off of YouTube and give them a strong and clear call to action at the end. That's essentially the only formula you need to keep to get views and clicks on your website. Your views, obviously, embed it as much as you can. Put it on social media sites. Engage and ask your people to engage. Tell people to subscribe, to comment, and make sure that you reply. When you get a comment, not only will you get that person to take action more by replying, but you'll actually get more juice on your video. Google will like it. They want to see engagement, and your rankings will go up significantly just by engaging with your people. Brian, that is it, my friend. I mean, we can cover whatever else you need. If there's anything else, if you guys have any questions, here's my contact information, my Facebook, and make sure you guys connect with me on Facebook. If you want to visit my website, get a little more information on what kind of what I do, and there's my email address. Whatever you guys need. Obviously, Brian has asked me to put this document together. It'll be going up on the Academy website, as well as any information that you guys may need. You can connect with me there.
But you're going to want to mute yourself out really quick. But if you look on the right-hand side, it says find out more about Horacio and the services in the marketplace. So click there. You can go directly to that. If you haven't set up a login for that, it'll ask you to make a password. So go ahead and do that, and then you can check out everything. Actually, Horacio put a great video in there as well, and we're going to do another. We're going to go into the nitty-gritty. Would you say that we can? The next go around is really going inside a YouTube channel and show you from step one how you would actually do the research for a keyword, and then set it up properly and uploading the video at the same time. Could you do that for all the people?
Absolutely. And if we have time, I'll actually show you another trick where we use live streaming. We actually use Hangouts or another live broadcast software that I have. And basically, I've ranked videos in #1 positions before the video is fully uploaded, like while we're still running a Hangout. And again, there's a big push for live streaming, Facebook Live, all these Periscope and Meerkat, there's a lot of focus going to live video. So YouTube loves that as well. That's when it's a really competitive term, I will use that, and I will pretty much rank instantly. So we can also do one of those when we go into a little more of a deep dive.
No, I definitely, because we've already been going for about 75 minutes now, so I'd like to wrap up after about an hour, but you delivered a great content, and now we know that we're going to have round 2. Let's go through some of the questions here. Diash says, if we are branding ourselves, do you recommend we have more than one channel?
What kind of business are you in? Well, while she answers, let me answer to the best of my ability without knowing what business. Who is this again? Is this Diane, you said?
Diane.
If you were branding yourself, I would do a channel on your brand, really focused on giving value for the solution that your product or service solves, right? For example, for me, doing SEO and video, I will I'll do a video on SEO versus social media marketing. I'll do another, and I've done this actually. You can go on my Facebook profile and see. I'll do one on persuasive communication and how to use that in your marketing. I will do another one on 6 weapons of influence and how to integrate that in your copywriting. So you hit it. It's called like a bracelet, and I know a YouTube guy that calls it the bracelet and charm method. You know, you've got your brand, and you're doing all these little charms of different components of your brand and what you offer. So build your brand based on valuable information and value content. Make short 2 to 4 minute videos. And write them down. I write down, if I get an idea of content, just write it down in a notebook, and always have a list of 10 or 20 topics that you can write about. So when you're inspired, you can just shoot it.
Right. And you know, one of the things, I'm sure you already said this, but this is another little tidbit that I remember that John said, is that in the first 8 seconds, you want to be able to, you got to say your keyword. I know you did say this, but that is the attention span to where people are either going to be making a decision on either watching the rest of it or not. It's either like 7, 8, or 9 seconds. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's absolutely correct, and that's why you want to open it up by emphasizing that they're in the right place. Right. Hey, this is Brian Swan, and you probably landed here because you're wondering how the hell I'm able to travel for 7 straight years without, work from my laptop making X amount of money or whatever, where it's money or freedom or whatever it is. So hit them right there, and they're like, okay, I'm in the right place. Wow, that's perfect. That's exactly why I'm here. Yep. And then you go into like Freud said, Sigmund Freud said, we move away from pain and towards pleasure. So you want to hit them. You want to hit both of those points. You're like, I used to feel this pain. Boom, 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 boom. X, Y, Z, and they relate. And then I discovered this, and now you move them towards pleasure, and now I have this.
Right.
So always remember that. This is psychological tactics.
We'll go over that structure on the next go around. And hey, Mr. Stephen Moody, can you go over creating playlists and the purpose of playlists?
I will go. Yes. Playlists just rank. They're really good for ranking. That's the only reason I use them, honestly. I encourage people, encouraging people to put playlists together of your videos helps. Once you get into series like 50 videos plus on your channel, and you're still working on the same channel, then it's good to divide them by topics. Channels are almost like subsections on a website. I'm sorry, playlists almost start taking the role of subsections on a website, and people can find it quickly. If you look at Ty Lopez and his channel, he's got a lot of playlists. One is on his book of the day, because he reads a book a day. On his book of the day playlist, and another one he's just talking about how to make money, and then another one on investing, another one on raising capital and things like that. So playlists serve the purpose that once you get into massive volume on your channel, you can actually start to make it easier for people to view it, and you'll start ranking. It'll help you rank more for that specific topic that playlist is built around. We can talk about that. We can actually go into the interface on the next webinar, so you can see, Moody. Good to hear from you, brother.
Cool. All right, Di's got another question. Do you click on the video to see the source code before you open it up? I have right-clicked and not seen source code before and after the video.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. I believe it only works on Firefox, and Firefox is what I use to do that. Chrome doesn't work, Internet Explorer doesn't work, and Safari doesn't work. So I'll try Firefox. It should work. Cool. And if it does, and if you right-click on the video and it doesn't work on Firefox, right-click just under the video and see if that changes.
Okay. Very cool.
And I work on a Mac, so I assume it's the same on a PC, but definitely on a Mac, that's the way it is.
Okay. Got it. Well, right on. I think, that answers pretty much most of the, and Di says thank you. And so, and as always, Stevens, you guys are The original Gangsters, love it, man. This has been so fun. Since we started the Freedom-Preneur Show, probably about like 4 months ago. We've had Bernie, the traveling dogs, on here, and now he's helping out with Facebook, running ads and stuff. And it's like you never really would have thought this is what would have happened when we were doing our first mastermind. It's kind of just something that's just naturally happened. Mr. Moody, who said, I have a T-shirt company, and hey, I could make you a T-shirt, right? And on the first event, he came through, and ever since I have about 8 different shirts of this is actually from New Orleans. We got the tribe right there.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's been very, very, very cool to being able to see how what we've done many years ago has actually happened and put us all in this position where we are today. And we're all doing different things, but we're coming together to have that freedompreneur, to allow people to come here. It's there's a lot of people that are just wondering, how can I actually, I got many ideas, but how do I start? And the first thing is you got to start, right? But then you got to follow a plan, and that's why we have the academy. And if there's things, just like the Gary Vee book, if you don't like what you're doing, outsource it. And for myself, I don't like to be ranking every video and creating these videos. That's why I also work with Horacio. I personally can't make shirts. I could buy shirts, shirts for our events, cheap in Bali, but they're not a Stephen Moody T-shirt. So, man, every time I have one of these calls, I'm very excited, and it's very cool to have these relationships, not only through business, but also, through this the live events and ongoing community. So that's it.
And I want to reiterate that what you said, that these skills are I'm living proof, and I think, like you mentioned, a lot of the guys that we worked with have gone on to do great things with these skills that we picked up. These skills are, I have a master's in advertising, right, from when I went to school. For that, it was the number 4 program in the country and probably in the world in that subject. And what I've learned about marketing in the last 3 years is probably about 90% of what I know about marketing. And it comes with being with the right people, with doing the marketing that you want to do, that allows for the lifestyle that you want, and allows you to serve your clients the way that you want, right? Not in the traditional sense. That we're literally years ahead of the brick and mortar world. We are ahead. We are almost like Jedis in the eyes of the traditional market. Not to sound that's not to sound egotistical. It's really to give credit to this group, to the masterminds that we had, to this knowledge, and to the really the fact that we are lifelong learners, right? We didn't stop learning when we got out of college or when we got out of grad school or our first couple of jobs. We continue learning. We continue adapting by getting around the right people, by getting the right training, such as the Freedom-Preneur Academy, and by sharing the information with our group. So I'm just really happy to be here, Brian. It's an honor. I want to thank you and Rhonda for inviting me. It is full circle. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm excited about the future.
Sweetness. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up, but what I want to reiterate to everybody, if you are wondering what the Freedom-Preneur Academy is, Freedom-Preneur Academy, it's on the right-hand side. It says subscribe there. Like I said, we are going to shut it down. This is going to be the lowest price that you can get it right now. It's $30 per month for all of our content. When you get in, it's crazy. I think we have about 90 lessons in there, and there's not just 90 lessons where you're watching like a screen flow. These are high-end quality video lessons, not only on the marketing, the preneur side, but also the freedom side. Starting with your why, setting out your goals, etc. So get in there. We're going to be shutting it down, like I said, March 31st, and probably will not reopen it up, and the prices will be much higher then, not until about April 15th. Secondly, you can find out more about Horacio in the marketplace on the right-hand side. It says clicking right here. You can do that. If you're not part of our Facebook group, that's the last thing. Apply now. We are shutting down the Facebook group. I think we're right around 1,000 members in there, and it will only be available for people that are inside of the academy. It's going to get too overwhelmed here very soon. So you can jump into that now. And one other thing, was there something else, Rhonda? Okay, and Rhonda's going to be, we'll look out for the video. Rhonda's going to be posting it into our private group, telling you all the details about why we're shutting it down, what's happening, and what our next moves are. So with that, Horacio, the giveaway, is that going to be in the marketplace? I think that's where we're putting it.
It is. My graphic artist was supposed to have it at 6 p.m. Didn't happen, so I apologize. We will put it in the marketplace.
Cool.
Or I'll talk to you, Brian, and see if you want me to either post it on Facebook and just have people there, or we can put it in the academy. You and I can talk about it, but just rest assured, everyone that's on this call, that you will have a full, nice infographic that I invested some time and resources into for you to be able to go out and do this yourself if you choose to.
All right, so we got some thanks from Inge, from Moody, from Di Downing, and absolutely agree with Brian and Horacio. The Freedom-Preneur Tribe and community has and will continue to create value and knowledge. Mr. Stephen Moody, appreciate that. Chris Lewis, lots of value, appreciate all the tips. Victoria Brown, looking forward to part 2. Thanks, that's a wrap, and we will see you next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Be unstoppable!
Good night, everyone.
Ciao.
Bye.